to the Nerdentials podcast, starring your hosts, Joe Tweedy, Matthew Johnson, Nick Thomas, and Lynn Dudgeon. Welcome to Nerdentials, your weekly dose of the nerdy essentials covering film, TV, video games, and comic books. I'm your host, Joe Tweeden, and joining me in the Nerd Cave. And if you guys are watching this on YouTube right now, you'll notice it looks a bit dark on my end. Joining me literally in my Nerd Cave tonight is the Lynn Dudgeon.
You ready for this?
Yeah.
In your house?
In my house, go for it.
Hey-o!
That did not spike at all.
Right? I could go louder if we really needed to.
Oh no, I can raise the volume in editing. We don't need to do that.
It felt great to me.
We don't need to do that.
All right.
But it did feel good. It felt good hearing that right next to me. Yes, that's right, guys. Though we live only a mile away at best, Lynn has joined me tonight literally in my home studio here. And we have the drapes behind us for atmosphere. It is dark, but stick with us. Also...
Atmosphere? You mean mood lighting?
Sorry.
Ooh.
Mood lighting. Joining us tonight in this nerd circle of mayhem is the infamous Nick Thomas.
Infamous? Ouch.
Ooh, that could be a good thing. Don't take it offensively.
Don't worry. I'm coming a little bit drier this week than last episode.
Ooh.
Hey.
Do I need to bite the pillow a little harder? I can.
Brief shout out to our episode. Or no, not specific episode. It was a 2-year anniversary episode.
Oh.
Where he said it. My brother was on. I'll have to leave a link down below. It was funny. That being said, though, guys, welcome to the table to podcast episode 92. And
oh, you know what that means.
What does it mean?
92. We're, I don't even know, 8 episodes away from being at 100.
One more closer?
Yeah, one more closer than one more before.
Guys, I don't know where we left off. We just kind of freaking hard cut it in a very awkward way. Maybe we didn't. You be the judge. Guys, let's jump into our first segment for this movie TV crap. Let's jump into Movie Matters. Guys, welcome to Movie Matters. It's been a minute, I know, a hot second, since we have covered film and TV. But guys, tonight is the night, today is the day, whenever you're listening to this, we are going to cover it in a little bit of a short form, but we're going to chip away at the news as it comes in this month because there's more to talk about than ever before lately. And I've been in the dark because I've been into doing a lot of gaming, as anyone who's watched this channel knows. But guys, here we are. We're going to hit a couple news pieces for Movie Matters and one film review. So first up, we have a couple, shall I say, franchises that are coming back into the light.
I'd say that first one for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. This first one we're going to cover, a classic, a Kevin Bacon nostalgia field, if I may. I don't know if he's coming back in this. I would hope for a cameo at least, but I'm going to toss it over to you, Nicholas. We are talking about Tremors 7. What? Let us know.
No, I would be excited if Kevin Bacon was coming back, but I don't think he will after what happened with the TV series that got canceled by Sci-Fi.
Oh, that's right.
They had actually shot quite a bit of it, and then they canceled it and decided not to show it.
Unaired pilots hate it.
Yeah. But this will be the 7th movie in the franchise. Also, the 7th movie with Burt Gummer in it. Michael Gross as Burt Gummer.
From the very first Tremors. Yeah.
Yeah. He's the old man, gun fanatic, conspiracy theorist. Mm-hmm. Perfect person to be stuck in the middle of a terrestrial invasion.
Shout out to you sci-fi fans.
I like that play on words there. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
But this one is going to be called Island Fury.
What?
So, pretty sure he's going to have like a freaking stuck on an island thing. And then like, you know what? I'm pretty sure this isn't that bad. At least there's no tremors. And then all of a sudden...
Is he going to get the Bermuda button-up shirt and everything? That would be fantastic. The pictures I've seen,
he's got a big long beard like Tom Hanks on Castaway.
Oh my goodness! Well, you have to change it up eventually.
Yeah, we'll post the picture here so you guys can see it.
Yeah, that's what we're doing nowadays, Nick. As you've seen with our game coverage, I'm trying to post pics or footage of what we talk about. So whatever pics you guys are seeing right now is happening while we're talking about it.
Yes, this is the 7th movie. And this was the original one that was very much like Sharknado, where financially and everything, it was a flop. But
Sharknado is great.
I know, but it is a cult classic for the fans.
Thank you, Nick. Right? Enter the title, cult classic.
Yeah.
Air quotes, guys.
I have the book on how to survive a Sharknado.
And I've read it. It's accurate.
No, this whole franchise was saved by all the people that bought it on VHS and direct to DVD. I own the whole collection. I'm not gonna lie.
Still watch it on fucking Sci-Fi too. Come on.
Yep.
It's still there. And also, on a side note, Nick will prove some of his fandom in the near future as he redecorates his office again. You'll see some of this crazy shit on his background.
Yeah.
So, is there any ETA on this, or is it just we know it's in production, or...
I'm double checking right now.
Is it TBD?
It might be TBD.
It's probably TBD.
They like to do that, especially during a time of uncertainty.
Hey, if it turns out good, TBD is worth it.
Hashtag reality.
Right.
It has been filming already.
So, wait, hold on. Here's the interesting thing. Like, okay, we're not... we're dating this show by saying, hey, it's 2020, it's midsummer, there is a pandemic, there is a lot of Hollywood that's shut down, but the thing that's interesting is that there are some productions with limited staff that are still producing films, and I'll pull it up next week, guys, but I think there's one official film that's coming out soon that's actually was in production during this pandemic. But I think it's only because there's like 1 or 2 people involved in all the scenes. It's one of those things, you know, like a single survivor on an island, which makes me wonder.
Like a rom-com with only 2 people in it?
Exactly, but it makes me wonder, like with this Tremors 7, he's on an island. And if they're producing it now, well, hello. That kind of makes sense, right?
There's probably a group of people if it's a...
Oh, you got camera guys, the director, and makeup, but...
I'm saying
it's a minimal crew.
As far as cast goes, there's probably at least a handful of 5.
But
I'll give it credit.
I would say that's doable even during the pandemic. I'd say if the actors involved under contract went into quarantine for 2 weeks prior to filming, they got tested, they got the go-ahead, I think a small crew could still produce a film during this time.
And they all thought it was a 3-hour tour and everybody was making everything out of coconut.
This will, like every Tremors movie since the first one, will be a direct-to-video release. It is set for October 2020, so it should be releasing this October. But one of the things that this kind of has going for it, the last few movies, I'm trying to remember his name. Was it Jamie Kennedy that was in them?
Ooh. Yeah.
This one, they're going to replace him. This one's going to have John Heater.
Ooh. Napoleon Dynamite.
No, wait.
Yes. Napoleon Dynamite.
It's going to have Napoleon Dynamite.
Gosh, you freaking idiot. Tina, eat your dinner.
Oh. I'm so sorry.
Come on. I know John Hader. School for Scoundrels. Napoleon Dynamite. There's a few others. But
oh.
Yeah. There you go.
No, I'm thinking of... I don't know who I'm thinking of, but yeah.
Pull it up. There you go.
Yeah, John Heater.
That is very much me if I was a movie actor.
100% Napoleon. Yep. If Lynn took his hat off.
Yep. I would be...
Smiled at the camera.
John Heater.
Yeah. So I kind of look forward to it. I always look forward to those. My my wife was thinking after I told her the premise of any of the movies when we first started watching them, she's like, "You're a complete dork. I don't want to watch this." We watched the first one, and then within 2 days we watched all of them.
She watched all of them. That is the happy ending to this story here.
Yeah. As long as she watched all of them.
Skeptical spouse fell for the B movies, is what he's saying.
Get her to watch Bubba Hotep.
The only one out of all of them that I did not like was Back to Perfection. The one when they're back in time.
Oh. That one was... This. If we're being fair, that one was a bit far-fetched. And...
Yeah.
I don't know. I
deserved the uncertain feelings towards it.
But still, it's part of it, so you got to give it credit.
Yeah. But I liked all the other ones.
So, we have a fall potential release for the 7th Tremor film, straight to...
Woo.
They used to be called straight to DVD, children. That's right. You guys unfamiliar with the prior to on-demand notion, but...
Most Bruce Campbell movies. And we
even better than that, they were straight to VHS.
Yeah, straight to VHS.
I know this was they started before the DVD era. I know. Hey, let's switch gears and talk about was that all the info we have for now?
Yes.
All right. So I think now is the best time to talk about an interesting piece of information that I find a little shocking, especially with Hollywood's ineptitude to constantly backtrack or fall back from what they thought they could pull off. Now, I'm talking about, we've got the MCU, successful. It is a universe of heroes. We have Star Wars, who's trying to go that direction, still in the works. And then we have a nice little company known as Universal Studios that was trying to do something similar with their lineup of spooky creatures, their monster list, if you will. Nicholas, again, with the article research, I'm going to toss it over to you. What have we learned about Universal Studios and their future plans?
Yes. A few years back, they wanted to do a full setup of reshoots and reboots of old classic horror films.
Connected universe, right?
Yeah, like Frankenstein, Dracula. One that people will recognize is Tom Cruise's The Mummy. That's actually one of the first movies in the universe which almost capsized the ship.
It almost put the nail in the coffin, you might say.
They actually, one of the things that got people really excited about this was they actually had a picture of all the people that were going to be playing these parts. And they were going to have Johnny Depp as the Invisible Man, Tom Cruise as the Mummy, a whole bunch of old faces, people that we recognize from the last few decades of movies. But what movie we're talking about now is the Wolfman reboot. Yes, another Wolfman reboot.
Quick question. Didn't the recent Invisible Man film remake coincide with part of that universe at all?
I don't know if that did. That was a Blumhouse production.
Oh, was it?
I think it was also part of Focus as well.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I might be misstepping here. It was the, I think, Emily Moss? Elizabeth Moss from Handmaid's Tale?
From Handmaid's Tale.
Handmaid's Tale from Hulu?
I don't think that one...
That's not connected?
No.
My bad.
But we will say that movie was great, and you should go check it out.
Hot take on that one.
It is,
and
it's a hard trip all the way through.
And I'm actually glad you picked that up, because the director for the movie I'm about to talk to is the director of The Invisible Man.
What?
Leo Whannell.
So you mean they saw
that
he did it right, and they want to bring him on for Wolfman?
Yeah.
Oh, spoilers.
Wolfman is going to reboot, starring Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, Elizabeth Moss and Lee Whannell was the director of that, so he's coming in for directing this I guess fresh take back into the multiverse of monsters.
And the cool thing about this is the script that they put together about this is actually an idea that Ryan Gosling came up with. They're going off of one of his ideas for the movie.
Really?
Yeah.
I like that.
The script's going to be written by Lauren Schucker and Rebecca Angelo. It's going to be a reboot of the classic 1941 film that had Lon Chaney Jr.
Yeah. The good one.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to maintain the supernatural feel, but will be set now, not back in time, like the last reboot was. They did a reboot of Wolfman a few years back, if you remember. It had I'm trying to remember his name, and Anthony Hopkins. It didn't stick in my head, so I can't. It wasn't that good.
Or what was it? Teen Wolf?
Oh, that's a
come on, man.
Different.
That's a good one too. Come on.
Yeah, MTV made a show about that version too.
Yeah, they did do a reboot of Teen Wolf.
2011 to 2017 Teen Wolf. But
that's not what I was talking about. But okay.
No, not related at all. He's thinking of the 1985 Michael J. Fox film.
The good one? The good one?
Oh, he is, yeah.
Yeah, Lynn. Sorry, Lynn is referring to the 1985 Michael J. Fox film, Teen Wolf.
What I was talking about, the reboot just recently, was the 2010 Wolfman. Anthony Hopkins and...
yeah. Ooh.
Benicio del Toro and Anthony and Emily Blunt.
Yep.
Emily Blunt. I love Emily Blunt. But yeah, she was in that.
It's a Del Toro movie. Come on, let's...
She's married to Krasinski.
I wanted it to be better though, but it didn't turn out the way I thought it would. But this next one, sorry. I didn't mean to accost the camera.
You're gonna give our viewers a headache.
Oh well.
Just kidding. Anyway.
But no, yeah, it should turn out to be pretty good. I'm hoping for some good things after their showing on The Invisible Man. So we can only hope for the best.
Dude, I'm excited about them trying to go at this one more time. And to be honest, my personal opinion of the Tom Cruise Mummy film wasn't horrible. I understand it failed in the box office, and that sucks. But even the over-the-top aspects that were in there, I get it. I mean, and the thing is, they were trying to tie in a bunch of the monsters all in one, like when they went to the lab and they meant Jekyll and Hyde, who was kind of behind a lot of it. I get it. They were trying to jump the gun and do a lot. I think, like Marvel did, and like DC is trying to learn to do, they should attack the solo films and only very casually connect them in a post-credit thing, and then work towards the bigger connection later. Don't try to shove it in, to the main plot.
I mean, in all fairness, if they are doing remakes, it's kind of like everybody's opinion, and they're all entitled to them. But until you actually see them or you hear them, is when they're actually good.
Yeah.
So you got to give them a chance.
I'm actually going to say that the Tom Cruise Mummy, I really enjoyed for what it was. What this suffered from was everyone wanted Brendan Fraser Mummy, and that's not what this movie was bringing. It wasn't all funny gags and stuff like that with action here and there. This was meant to be serious all the way through, and people weren't ready for that.
I get it. And who knows?
It was a world-building movie. They needed to establish that there's this world where other monsters are included.
Let me throw 2 points at you, Nick, real quick, and just see. And I want to get your reaction. I always like it when series that I grew up with that were fun and silly take a slightly more serious note. Sometimes that works for a series or franchise. Other times, and I guess we've seen it in the evidence of the Marvel franchise really taking steam, is that leaning into some of the humor is not a bad thing either. And what I'm saying is, I'm not saying that every remake or second go at a franchise or connected universe should include comedy out the wazoo. I think there's room for things to be serious. DC comics is definitely an area that needs to be a little more serious because of its original nature. But I'm just wondering if do you think or speculate that Universal Studios might lean back a little bit and try to go for more humor this time around with Wolfman? Or do you think they're going to keep trying to be dark?
I honestly think that they're going to call it a Universal Monsters type universe.
Oh, sure.
But I don't know if they'll directly connect them anymore.
Oh, you think they might just do solo films until they build it up?
Ties.
Like, just keep them separate, you think?
Yeah.
More than anything? I think that's probably
because that leaves them so people aren't building up the hype for what's to come, and they can experience the movies for what they are. Because we all know the first few movies of the Avengers series, they didn't directly say, hey, this is going to be an Avengers get-together at the end of it. And that came later. Well, like, when we watched The Incredible Hulk, we weren't expecting that to be all part of it later.
Well, no, I mean, that's the thing, is like the Edward Norton second take, because it was actually the second time Universal Studios tried to release a Hulk film. It did better than the original one, but with Brandon Braga, but...
I like the Edward Norton one.
You're...
Brandon... sorry, the first one. The very first one, which kind of has been erased from history.
With Banner playing as Banner?
Yeah, and then Edward Norton was kind of like the second take of them trying to build upon things. That one absolutely, was not connected. They didn't intend it they weren't trying to. And even with Iron Man, we've read article after article of how the first Iron Man was originally taken off, and they inserted a little Easter egg, end credit scene, which is the first time Marvel Studios had ever done that. And it wasn't with the intention of connecting to anything bigger. They waited to see how Iron Man 1 did in the box office, and then once it was a genuine success, they said, all right, let's move forward. Let's build on that, basically. I mean, that's what we know anyway from history, but... So hopefully they do the same thing here with the Universal Monsters. Hopefully they just take each film by its own. Like you said, Nick, I agree with you completely. I want to enjoy them on an individual basis. And if somehow they make some crazy crossover, cool. But save it for later. Establish the new network of monster films. Nick, I think right now is a good time to throw over the end gear of our Movie Matters talk as far as news goes. Into a review that we have. Not many of us have had time to watch some films. Nick has caught something fresh and new on Netflix. I'm going to throw it over to you. Give us a quick review on that, sir, and we'll keep going.
First, I have to ask you, do you like movies like Highlander?
I mean, I hold it as
yes.
I hold it as a classic of sorts.
There can only be one.
All right. Well, this one had a very Highlanders feel. This movie I'm talking about is a Netflix original starring Charlize Theron. It was a new action movie based on an old comic book. More of a graphic novel called The Old Guard. This is about a band of immortals that go and try to do things. They work for the highest bidder. They kind of work as mercenaries, but most of the time they work to try to save people. And their whole shtick is they can't die until they do.
Whoa.
Did they pop out of a Meeseeks box?
No, what I mean by that is they have an unexplained reason for why they have this immortality. They don't know why it happens, and some of them have lived since Egyptian time, old Egypt times.
Ooh.
They talk about stories about when they were in the Crusades and when they were doing all these other things. You see flashbacks of them all in these other times. Charlize Theron, one of her lines in the movie, she actually is trying to tell this person that just got this immortality that that she used to be worshipped as a god. So why is she praying? It's crazy just the amount of time that they've been around that they have this whole thought on humanity and how everything's going. But what I mean by they're immortal and they can't die until they do is they lose their immortality at random.
Like once a task or a certain specific...
No. Just random. The immortality will go away randomly.
Like it has an expiration date and it's random completely.
Apparently. Some of them live for hundreds of years and others live for thousands. But it was up until last week, this was actually the highest watched movie Netflix has released as one of the originals.
Really?
72 million accounts watched this movie.
That is some crazy stuff, dude. And that's kind of big for Netflix because they make insanely good television series.
Mm-hmm.
And they've had some hits and misses with their films. They've had some good ones. We've reviewed them on our website. You personally have reviewed them,
The
Nick.
Witcher?
Well, that's a series.
Bright.
As far as being good, yeah.
Yeah, but Bright. Yeah, like Nick said.
But Bright, yeah.
Bright.
We're talking about the Will Smith.
Bird Box.
Bird Box, I reviewed myself as well and was really good for me. It kind of came with mixed reviews across the internet, but I enjoyed it. Nick, same thing with Bright. Slightly mixed reviews, slightly on the positive side, but Nick really liked it.
Fair.
So I'm very curious to check this one out because you, sir, are giving it some high praise, yeah?
Yes.
Personally?
I'm one of the ones that read the comic books.
Oh my gosh, another comic book based property? Is that what we're talking about here?
It is. It is a comic book by the name The Old Guard. It's a graphic novel. It's not a big series, but it was really well done and it was very gripping. The whole original comic book series, it was around a whole theme of human trafficking. These immortals were trying to stop human trafficking and stopping all that. So that was their big shtick.
So the premise follows pretty closely to what the comics were as far as the overall picture.
Yes and no. They hint towards that. They actually touch upon a lot of the same things. They took a scene out of the book that talks about romance so vividly, and even being a straight white Christian man, the person that said this, talking about his homosexual lover, it was so powerful the way he said it. He's like, he's not my boyfriend, and he goes into this big long spiel, which was it was powerful.
Dude, good writing, especially good character writing, can be moving on any level, and that tells me from what you experienced that it was well written and moving character.
Mm-hmm. The comic book writer was actually involved in this, and he said you can't use it unless you keep this specific scene in there.
Side note, I love it I absolutely love when studios involve the original writers of franchises they're adapting, and when they adhere to their wishes, because the whole reason there's any kind of fandom at all surrounding those properties is because the original writing had a certain level of appeal to that fandom, and if you try to pull away far enough or in a not quite right direction, it can screw up an entire feature franchise.
I agree. But with how well this did, I would not be surprised if they make this into a trilogy. It would behoove them to do so, because they left it at the end.
Behoove it.
Yeah, they left it at the end, not to try to spoil anything, but they left it open for a sequel.
I like that. Is there anything else you want to say on it?
No, other than
looking at the cast, it looks amazing.
It was an amazing movie. I couldn't.
Right?
Yeah. I forget a rating system, but it's there. Boom.
I definitely hate it.
Boom. We'll come back to that eventually.
It, love it, gotta have it. No, that's Cold Stone Creamery.
Well,
anyway.
Wow. Some part of us stole some of that. Anyway.
Yeah.
We'll get back to a numbering system soon, but right now, guys, we're just replanting our feet on pop culture with movie and TV. Me and Lynn have been doing a crap ton of gaming. Nick joined us recently, coming back, and now that we've got Nick in the fold on a more consistent basis, we're gonna hit all the pop culture things for this channel. Well, that does it for Movie Matters. Let's get to our next topic. TV Talk. Guys, welcome to TV Talk. We've got a little treat for you this week. We're going to be reacting in real time to some recent trailers that have dropped of some of our favorite shows.
Good shows.
Good shows. Definitely good shows. So, the first one we're going to drop right into, and then we'll jump into further discussion as we move along. Guys, the first trailer we're going to tackle is a couple weeks old now, but the season has not yet released. It doesn't come out till September 24th, and we are referring to Amazon Prime original series, The Boys, Season 2.
I'm excited.
Brief premise for anyone unfamiliar. Hopefully you go back and watch season 1 before you watch this, but stick around anyway, because if this trailer doesn't excite you to watch the show, I don't know what will. We're living in a world here in this show where superheroes are unhinged and relatively uncontrolled for the most part, and it kind of shows us a glimpse into what reality would be like if, for instance, Superman had a twisted moral compass and decided to just do whatever benefited him, and how easily he could abuse his insane powers. So obviously there's way more drama entangled throughout the show between the characters and the other non-superheroes out there. But without further ado, guys, let's react to Season 2 trailer now.
Initiated a multi-state manhunt for William Butcher.
Oh, Butcher.
If anyone spots William Butcher or any of his known associates, Marvin Milk, Hugh Campbell, or this man, please call
Marvin Milk.
8880-CRIME.
Oh, this asshole.
The world still needs superheroes. So let's get out there. Let's take these cocksuckers out.
Oh.
Unhinged dialogue.
Don't you worry. Daddy's home.
I freaking love him.
I know we've been through some shit together. But this is a fucking mess.
Oh!
We're the most wanted lads in the country.
What's
your big plan? You'll love it.
I won't love it. I never love it. Never fucking love it.
Oh! He was carrying ahead. Oh.
Love the song.
Oh, he's so gross. Licking that milk.
Ain't you twins lucky that I showed up?
September 4th.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. It's more of the same great stuff.
I just gotta say, for anybody that hasn't seen the first season, Billy Butcher, they could not have picked a better person for it. Carl Urban embodies that character.
Judge Dredd.
Yeah.
AKA, what's his name from Thor? Thor Ragnarok. I love his character in this, though. He's damaged inside. He's got this hatred for soups, they call them, superheroes, because of a tragedy that I will leave to the imagination for anyone that hasn't seen season 1 yet. Get on that, guys. But Lynn, you caught have you caught any of season 1, or are you a guinea pig for this?
Nope, I'm a guinea pig.
So guys, you at home can feel at home with Lynn if you haven't seen it. But what were your feelings about that trailer? Not knowing any plot, but just how brutal it looks, the humor. How did you feel about it?
That feels like where I parked my car. Like something I would definitely check out.
So,
dude.
If you got Prime, right? Yeah, you got Prime. So,
yep.
You should definitely, over the next month or two, maybe squeeze an episode in, one a night or whenever, because you got some of that trailer time. I know you like to game a lot, but this is definitely a show you got to jump on, Lynn.
I just got to say, Lynn, this is one of those shows that when you start it, you're just going to binge it. You're going to like it that much.
Oh, I'd probably... How many episodes are in
I think it's
season
only
1?
10 per season. Or, yeah, 8 or 10. I think it's 10.
10? I'd probably finish it in 2 nights.
Yeah,
it was a great series.
It is. It's fucking phenomenal. Anyway, guys, leave a comment down below and let us know what your thoughts are on the show and what other shows coming up as we go on through this episode that you're excited to see, because we've got a couple more trailers to nail in this episode. So, if you want to check out our previous review, we did a full breakdown of season 1 of The Boys on our channel. I will leave a link down below in the description of this video, so click on that if you guys are interested. Next up, we're going to tackle a Netflix original series. Also, this one's comic book based, correct, Nick?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Graphic novel.
Yeah, The Umbrella Academy, and this is also a season tour. I think I'll try to look back in our archives. I think Nick probably reviewed season 1 at some point.
We reviewed it. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll leave a link for that as well. But right now we're going to react to The Umbrella Academy season 2. So here we go, guys.
Diego!
Oh yeah, the time traveling boy.
Mm-hmm.
I am familiar with quite a few of these characters. That guy looks so bizarre with the small head. You know, the big body, small head dude?
Yeah.
What was that?
The end of the world, November 25th, 1963.
Oh.
Ooh.
Looks like they're back in time.
I need to find my family.
They all time travel.
Oh no. Yeah, this guy.
Luther.
Muscle bound.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, number 5.
Alright, first off, I want to say we brought the end of the world back here with us.
Oh my god, again?
I love him.
Colt is gonna be so
The-
pissed. I told him
the
we had
slightly
until
flamboyant, always
2019.
drunk.
We have until Monday.
Everything in our new lives is connected from the plot to assassinate the president.
Okay.
That can't be a coincidence.
Yep.
None of us are supposed to be here, right?
We know something changes the timeline.
Whoa.
Oh man.
We have to make it right.
Man, Nick, you're gonna have to tell us how they handle it.
Before everyone and everything we know is dead.
Or in the comic series, how time travel is handled with
Yeah.
Who are those guys? They're not here to sell vacuums.
The commission will hunt us down wherever.
Really, they are.
Fishbowl. And the milkman. Dude, when does it drop? Oh, 31st.
Spotter.
What is that, like a
Same weird family.
New weird problems.
Anything.
I know everything. You are an open book written for very dumb children.
It's been here?
No, unfortunately, ghosts can't time travel.
Are you kidding me?
It looks like more fun.
Oh yeah. The first one was a hoot. It's a blast. Yeah, I am so glad they're bringing Goldfish in. Hells yeah.
Alright, quick rundown. Luther, super strength. Klaus can commune with the dead.
Cheeky
Allison
there.
can rumor anyone to do anything.
Except she never uses it.
I heard a rumor. You punched yourself in the face.
Oh.
July 31st.
July 31st. Coming up soon.
Wow.
Soon.
Boom. So what I wanted to point, okay, hot take. It says it in the description. Same weird family, new weird problems. And if you liked season 1, this one looks like it's going to continue the same fun mayhem of an X-Men style dysfunctional family, if you will. Nick, your hot take.
It looks like we get to experience some retro shenanigans. They're following very closely. They're actually doing really well with the comic book. I just want to see the growth this season. There should be a lot of character growth this season.
Just a quick refresher, remind us all how you felt season 1 did, just in general.
Season 1 was phenomenal, and at the time was one of my favorite comic book based TV shows that they ever released.
Nice.
We all loved how Netflix handled things like Daredevil and all that, but I actually think this was their best attempt at a comic book based property.
Very cool. I am excited to dive into this one.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Lynn. You still there, buddy?
Yeah, as far as I know.
Oh, you're just... Camera's looking at the ground again.
Oh my gosh.
OSHA would not approve of that electrical strip.
Don't judge the electrical strip.
Yeah, Lynn knows what he's doing.
I used to be an electrician.
Sorry. Let's put it this way. My question to you, Lynn, is just your raw thoughts on the trailer as it is a series having no past with it. And is this something you want to put on your backlogs at some point? Because I know you got other things to catch up on at some point.
I feel like this one and the one prior will definitely be added to the backlogs and move to priority like number 2 and number 3.
Nice. Yeah, I surmise, given the time, if you're whichever one you finish first, we'll do a season deep review on it in one of our follow-up episodes for sure.
That would be fun.
One of the things I got to say is where the boys followed the corruption of the superheroes, the whole absolute power can be corrupted absolutely. This touches on another side of humanity. This touches on what happens when our star heroes and everything, the whole glamour of it all falls away, and they're just people with weird powers and they're freaks.
And problems.
How they react to it. Yeah. And how they handle life. That's one of the reasons why I love the show so much. It tackles the human emotional side of these superheroes.
Right. Yeah, I'm very excited to check it out. That being said, guys, we have one more trailer on our docket to check out. It happens to be a Netflix original series. And it's pretty deep into the show, so you'll all have to forgive Lynn. He has not watched the show. He's got too many things on his plate as it is. But that's okay. He's still going to sit with us and react to it.
And another one based off a comic book.
Yeah, a comic book series and a Netflix series, and of which I would like to point out, we were talking about Lucifer, and me and Nick did a very deep review on the series as a whole in a previous episode. If you guys want to check that out, I'll leave a link to that down below. And additionally, This is one of those things where it, I think, was put out by Fox originally, and they went 3 seasons, and it was wonky with episode lengths. And then they were going to cancel it, like all good shows that Fox likes to can. And then Netflix miraculous.
Damn you, Fox.
Yeah, damn you, Fox. Then Netflix, bless their souls, picked it up and gave us a season 4. And now what was supposed to be a final season 5, which we're going to react to the trailer here in a minute. And Lynn, if you want to cue it up while we're talking, it's from Netflix, and it came out a week after the other trailers. If you want to look it up while we're talking.
Why is it when I type in LU I get Ludacris reads Llama Llama Red Pajama?
Lynn's not a father. He doesn't have kids.
Way.
Oh, that's cute. While Lynn's looking that up, guys.
What season is it?
Sorry, Lucifer season 5.
Season 5. Okay,
Season 5.
4.
So while he's queuing that up, we were blessed with them. What seemed like they were going to finally wrap up the show appropriately and give us a final season, which was a nice breath of fresh air. But guys, I don't know if it's the leaders at hand at Netflix, or they've just seen how well season 4 did, or they have so much faith in season 5. But they are guaranteeing us 6 seasons now. We're gonna get a 6th one after this. They must have great analytics or huge faith in what season 5 is gonna do. And only thing, and me and Nick have said this time and time again, the only thing we don't want to see is them stretch a show so thin that the plot starts becoming, unfurled, and it seems like, okay, is there ever going to be an end, and can they end it with closure? Can we get actual decent closure if they stretch it out too far, or is this too far? And I thought season 5 would have been a sweet wrap up. So they must have a lot of faith, Nick. What are your thoughts? Yeah.
Well, what I got to say on this is, if this stayed on Fox, it would have had to end in season 3. There wasn't as much stuff as they could touch on because of primetime TV.
Yeah,
but now that it is on a streaming service and they have so much that they can go into now, it opened up the show, which helped it deepen. And that first season, season 4 on Netflix, proved that it needed to be done this way.
They needed to be able to push the boundaries on their ratings. The series was basically PG-13 level stuff, and season 4 took it straight to R, and I was just blown away with it. Things don't need to be rated R, but sometimes you can go into darker depths with characters when you're allowed to push certain boundaries when it comes to censorship and ratings, and I'm just happy Netflix has it. So, Lynn,
you get a tie more deeper into the visceral
nature of
because there's
all the
demons
characters
and everything.
Yeah,
all these things happen. It's
in the comic books. It's the devil himself.
No, the comic books. There was times where it had a feel of a horror movie, and I hope season 5 we get a little bit more of that.
Yeah. We're going to find out in this trailer here in a minute to see what kind of flavor we're getting. Lynn, are you ready and queued?
Indeed I am. Hold on. Let me make sure that everything is good on my end there. How's that better?
Perfect.
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Ready?
Don't leave.
Goodbye.
Season 1 was such a bittersweet ending.
I'm not good. I've been throwing myself into work.
I was wondering where they'd go with it,
At least you guys got to say goodbye.
As far as I'm concerned,
I love her,
Lucifer
the CSI chick.
He can go to hell.
I love her.
Don't need him.
Wow. Dang.
I also love him.
Bad guys.
He's just such a good character. His charisma is insane.
Yes, I got a bit bored, so I thought I'd pop back up.
And I love his brother, Amenadel.
Lucifer's acting different.
down there, time was different.
No.
I was in hell for thousands
Oh.
of years.
Nude scene.
Things might have changed.
Lucifer 2.0.
Oh.
Great.
How could you go home without me? I'm not Lucifer.
Lucifer told me he
Oh,
had a twin
jeez.
brother.
What?
Nice to meet you. I'm Michael.
Oh, shit.
I am not
Oh
gonna
my
live
God.
Lucifer's life. I'm gonna take it.
What?
He is stronger than you think.
Oh my goodness.
Welcome home. How do you like the mess I made?
Oh shit.
For now, I'm gonna stick to police work and avoid anything God-related. Hilarious.
Oh my gosh. Oh, August.
I was wondering when they were going to bring in the other angels.
Not just that, but
That's pretty funny.
okay. So for someone who's I want to toss it to Lynn first, just to get a raw reaction because he has not followed the series at all, and I just want to point out that the humor and adult feel that you're seeing there. That's what me and Nick have experienced for most of the entire series. So, Lynn, I want you to go ahead and give us your opinion of this trailer.
Oh man, if that little like tidbit of charisma is like throughout it, this would be pretty great. I might have to add this one to the list.
Lynn, 110% that he has moments of character depth where he struggles, but the charisma you saw there that's him all 4 seasons, dude.
Really?
It's a lot of material to get through, so it's one of those things that maybe you have to watch slowly over time, dude, and get into it, or take a couple days off. But dude, yeah, that's his charisma. He is the slick asshole dick that everyone falls in love with. Yeah, yep, 100%. And so Nick, toss it over to you. Your hot take.
I'm wondering if they're going to go in the backstory about how Michael came to be, because in the comic books it's definitely a little bit different, and it would be really interesting if they go that route. I don't want to give anything away if people haven't read the comics. The fact that he's his twin,
claiming to be a twin brother angel, yeah. Well, and here's the thing, Nick, the show Lucifer, they've taken core biblical ideas and put their own unique twist on them. So there's always something a little different, and especially with the comic books, they did it first, obviously, because that's where the story originates. So I am curious how different they're going to take this twin brother storyline. It seems epic regardless.
I agree.
And also, I'm like, so wait. Is Michael going to be a fallen angel? That's my thought. That's my first thought. Well, and Amenadiel became fallen. He started out as a super righteous angel that was trying to put Lucifer back in hell all this time, and then he sinned and became a fallen angel. So,
well, the character name on IMDb isn't just Michael.
Oh, you're cheating.
Michael Demiguros.
Is that comic related?
Which in the comic books, he doesn't get that name till he does something specific.
Yeah, so you're wondering if they're going to dive into that at all throughout the season.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's so Nick, yeah, my hot take is the same. The way season 4 ended, without going into spoiler territory, for me had a bittersweet feel to it. And I was like, I thought to myself, I'm like, they could easily have closed the book here if Netflix didn't want to go any further the way they ended it, which now leaves us, after seeing this, we're like, I was wondering what kind of dramatic twist they were going to throw in there to give us a whole nother season, and bringing in Michael sounds like a really cool concept to me.
And if you think about it biblically, in the Bible, Michael is the one that fought.
And got Lucifer kicked out of heaven, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he fought him and lost to Michael, and ultimately lost his position in heaven, according to the fiction, anyway. But on that, anyway, any final thoughts? Because you and me love this show so much, it's too easy to dive in.
I'm excited to see how Lucifer being gone has changed Lilith. Is that her name?
No. Ah, man. It's been over. This is what Netflix does. They drop a whole season, you watch it all in 1 week, and then you wait a whole year and you start forgetting crap.
His demon friend.
Her name is Mazikeen. Maze for short. Yeah. Oh, and Chloe Decker, the love interest for the entire show. Those two characters have been without him. Remember, like in the trailer, they're showing she's trying to continue doing her detective thing, and somehow not holding up on par to where she used to be professionally. And then Mazikeen is super pissed that Lucifer left. So it's going to be real interesting to see how they handle him coming back, especially Chloe. Especially Chloe, who is heartbroken over the man behind the devil.
Anna Menadell still there?
Huh?
Anna Menadell is still there?
Yeah, no, he goes, we saw him in the club talking and then them going at each other's fists. So.
No, last season, I liked his character arc that last season.
That was good. He took his love interest to heaven directly after she was killed by Cain. Crazy spoilers. I'm throwing random shit out because
did you not see in the trailer?
See, that's the thing. Wait, no.
She was in the trailer.
So wait, hold up. Didn't he take her previously?
Yes and no. He had her healed.
Oh my gosh.
The baby is up there.
Oh. Okay, too much. Lynn will take us. He'll forget about what we've said by the time he gets around to it.
Yeah, forgot about Star Wars. Yeah. We're a bunch of assholes.
Yep.
Okay, we gotta stop.
It's all right.
We gotta stop before we get any more.
Good news. Good news. You have 5 seasons to catch up.
Sweet.
And Fox, being a Prime network, thought, oh, you know what? 13 episodes is good for season 1. Oh, ratings are so good, let's make it 16, 18 episodes for season 2. Oh, you know what? It did so flipping good. Let's do 24 freaking episodes for season 3. And you know what? Because we're not good writers and we don't know how to keep a long story arc over 24 episodes, we're going to hand you a handful of episodes that are filler. Which I found just side note, me and Nick found joy and entertainment in a lot of the filler episodes, but that is what Prime networks do when they go that long for a season. It's just unwarranted.
Tom Ellis is an awesome character actor. He does the job very well, and his charisma shows through, and he's addictive to watch.
Yeah, so what Nick is saying is even those filler episodes are still worth sitting through because it's still entertaining, even if it doesn't overall connect to the entire story arc. But then Netflix gets it and bam, rock solid 10 episodes, because that's what Netflix does. And it was a solid story arc for season 4. But then because they said season 5 was going to be the final season, they were going to give us 13 episodes, and then fans were raging on Reddit. And they said, all right, we're giving you 16 episodes for the final season. And then we find out we're getting a season 6. So my question, Nick, do you think they're going to keep the 16 issue or 16 episode layout for 5? Or do you think they're going to cut it down and expand it through season 6 since they're now giving us a whole nother season after this one?
I don't know.
We'll just have to wait and see at this point. And
either way, I just got to say season 4 was by far the best writing for the show.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
And I'm only excited to see more of that awesome writing. Netflix is pulling all the stops.
They're really good at outsourcing talent for the properties they acquire, and I think it shows in some of the shows we've seen lately. But guys, I think it would be healthy for us to stop the Lucifer talk, because me and Nick won't stop unless we put a foot down and say we need to move forward, and we'll come back when we finish season 5. We do have a couple reviews possibly here we're going to throw down next. So let's jump into our final segment of TV Talk in This Week in Review. Alright guys, welcome to This Week in Review for TV Talk. Our first review, we got a short, cute little review here from Nick. So I'm going to pass it off to Nick as he talks about Warrior Nun.
Warrior Nun was actually really good. I enjoyed it. A lot of people, it got some bad critic reviews, but we know how the critics are. If it's not mainstream enough for them, they don't want to watch it.
They're sometimes unsavory.
Yeah. I'll give you the quick synopsis on IMDb. After waking up in the morgue, an orphaned teen discovered she now possesses superpowers as the chosen halo bearer for a secret sect of demon-hunting nuns. Yes, you heard that correctly. Demon-hunting nuns.
Say what? Did this just come out last month?
Yeah.
It says July 2nd. This looks... Oh, Netflix original series, by the way, guys. We're all over Netflix today.
Yep. Boom.
Go ahead, dude.
Yeah. They did a really good job on it. I liked it. It was obviously a teen girl, so you end up with a lot of
teen drama.
Yeah, quite a bit, and it's a convent full of women, so there's a lot more drama. Sorry.
Netflix is getting very risque. My goodness.
Yeah.
A show about a devil, superheroes that kill people, and now nuns that destroy demons. My God. Although that's not Netflix. Sorry, nerds.
Yeah. The actress that plays the main character is Alba Baptista, and she's relatively unknown. She's kind of new to the thing. This was definitely a different type of filming. There was a lot of Spanish actors, and I think it was actually filmed in Spain and Italy and stuff. So it's
is it dubbed or subbed or is it in English?
If it's a lot of it's in English, but if it's dubbed, the parts that are dubbed are done very well. You can barely tell.
Okay, cool.
And the Warrior Nun, just like the graphic novel it's based off of
course,
each episode pertaining to what it is named from a Bible verse.
Huh.
Yeah.
So like the book and then the chapter verse reference.
Yeah.
Oh, like
episode 10 is Revelations 2:10.
Episode 1, Psalms 46:5. Wow, this is weird. Yeah, they took all Bible scriptures references as the titles. Yep. That's interesting.
But the show is very... if the whole idea of the Bible thing scares you off, don't worry. It's just an underlying theme. It's very much not
focused
not
on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was a very good action series. It was fun to watch. And I binged through the whole thing after I started it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. We'll say on a scale of 1 to 10, I've kind of decided, it's unofficial, but 1 through 10 is kind of easier, 5 being a middle uncertain ground, and 10 being a masterpiece. So where in that scale do you feel this one lands for you?
I'll give it a nice solid 7. It wasn't the greatest cinematic thing. I could see why the critics harped on it a bit. There was some plot issues and some tempo issues, but overall, I enjoyed it, and I would definitely say it's worth watching.
Sweet. Awesome. Yeah, that for sure, dude. We will. I will give it I'll check it out for sure. Our backlog keeps getting bigger, of course. And speaking of backlogs, guys, we'll hit up some more reviews later as we watch more material. A lot of what I've been watching lately is catching up on series that are still going, that have been around for a while, primarily CW stuff. Me and Nick are definitely going to do probably a CW breakdown in the next couple months, or definitely by this fall. Once I am me and him are finished catching up with current seasons of those shows. Teaser, it's The Flash, Supergirl, Legends of Tomorrow, Arrow, and we're definitely going to include Black Lightning and Batwoman as reference points. I'm going to try to get into those, time permitted, but we will break open the 4 classic original series from the CW superheroes. Guys, we have one more segment, a breakdown, if you will, still a review of yet one more Netflix original series. I know. We just can't stop watching the flicks. But this particular one is called Cursed. It stars Catherine Langford, known infamously from 13 Reasons Why Season 1, another Netflix show. Devon Terrell, Gustav Skarsgård, and Daniel Sharman, among others. Some lesser known actors throughout the community, a lot of theater players here, and a handful of directors. But the original creator, writer Frank Miller of comic book fame, wrote the original graphic novel comic series that this is based off of, which is why I'm going to toss over the overall premise and layout to Nick, and then we'll give our hot takes, and I guess we'll unfold where we're at in the show and how we feel about it. So Nick, give us your background on where the origin of this comes from and how you feel they did with the show.
It was amazing. I enjoyed the show. It was gripping, and I enjoyed this retelling of Arthurian legend. The cool thing about this is one that we haven't really seen in anything yet. And instead of telling... Len, are you still listening?
What's that?
I knew you didn't want me to ruin this for you. Sorry, I stopped. But me doing my review, I'm going to kind of ruin it for you. Yeah, like I was saying, this touches upon a story we haven't heard yet or seen in cinema. This doesn't straight go into the legend of Arthur. This talks about what happens before. From the get-go, you meet it's about a teenage sorceress named Nimue who encounters a young Arthur before he ever does anything of note on her quest to find a powerful and ancient sword. And if anybody knows the name after you hear it in the trailer or anything like that, the sorceress's name is Nimue.
Yes, I recognize the name clearly, but if it's lore outside of the show, I'm not super familiar.
You see it within the first scene. You find out who it's going to be right from the first scene.
Yeah.
The Lady of the Lake.
Yes, Nimue in Arthurian legends is the Lady of the Lake.
Aha.
Spoilers. Sorry, I knew this one. When Nick was asking about it earlier.
Yep. So, but no. There's interesting character development. You meet characters before they ever were the characters that you expect. So I'm hoping that this gets a second season because I would like to see where these characters blossom into. One in particular that I will not get into until we do the deep dive.
Okay.
So please stay tuned.
Yeah, so so what Nick was alluding to is he's finished the 10 episodes available. Lynn is exactly halfway at 5 episodes. and I have only had time to watch the first 2 episodes. So what we want to do here is just have, for a wrap up to our episode tonight, get Nick's hot take on it, how he felt about it, and then me and Lynn are going to finish it out this week. Next week sometime we'll come back on another TV Talk segment, and we will dive into our thoughts on the plot, the story, the lore, the film quality, the CG, the special effects. We'll kind of dive in and kind of break it apart and give you our feelings and thoughts on it next week. I want to guarantee that is happening. So in our description below, you'll have seen that we talk about a teaser review, awaiting final review, if you will. So any other things you want to throw out, Nick, about that show before we kind of close things out tonight?
My off the cuff rating of it will be a 9 out of 10.
Your first
Catherine
impression
Langford,
of watching the whole season?
Yeah,
basically.
I'm gonna watch it again, actually. Catherine Langford is an amazing actress, and she pulls you in.
I liked her in her previous work, and I like what I saw of the first 2 episodes, at least, of just how she carries herself. So I am definitely going to finish the show and come back with my full thoughts on it. Yeah, I mean, that sounds good. So if you guys are golden, let's do a little bit of housekeeping here at the end. So I failed to do... Well, no, maybe I did. Never mind. Splicing these together. I keep forgetting. So
it's alright. We'll save my opinion for the deep dive.
Do you want to give a spoiler-free, off-the-cuff hit right now?
Nope.
I actually want to hear your opinion halfway through.
No,
I want to hear your opinion halfway through.
Save it for the deep dive.
No. Your opinion will be tainted by that point because you've seen the whole thing. I want to figure out how you feel about it.
All right.
Well, let me backtrack. Let me backtrack.
Hey, I would give it a...
Lynn, hold on. Let me backtrack and keep this in the recording. So, Lynn, I'm going to pull you in after Nick just concluded his rating. I'm going to say right here, yeah, dude, Nick, I'm really excited to see where things go with this and finish the series myself. Lynn being halfway, I am curious, sir, what is your halfway point rating? Because I would love to see if it changes by the end of the season. So you're about 5 episodes deep. What is your current thoughts on it? And possible rating.
Right now, there are a large number of little nitpicky things that I have that don't wreck the show, but it keeps me from giving it a really, really high review. And I think that I'd probably sit about a soft 7, maybe a hard 5.5.
You're thinking about the plot too, and how the characters are taking you through it, and that's how you're feeling at the halfway mark.
Yeah, right now I'd say like a soft, like in between. We'll give it a 6. How's that?
Now, based on that 6, though, you're willing to commit to finishing it to see if it picks up for you?
If it does pick up, yes, I'm down.
Okay. I'm gonna still sit.
I'll give it probably like 2 or 3. I'll finish it. I won't give it 2 or 3. I'll just finish it.
You're already 5 in, so it would be. It would be
point of no return.
It would be. See, in my opinion,
Yeah.
and a lot of professional reviewers will say this. Most people who want to give a show a fair shake will usually give 3 episodes of a season a try before they throw in the towel to give it like a fair shake. If by a 3rd episode of an hour-long show, it's not starting to grab you enough or pick your curiosity enough, some people will throw in the towel. But because you're already 5 in, it's kind of make or break at this point, and if you're willing to continue, you might as well finish it out.
If we're being honest, at 3, I would have probably thrown in the towel.
What made you keep watching it, though? Is it strictly because you wanted to be in on the conversation here?
Yeah, and actually follow through with the episodes.
I think that's fair enough, especially since we all agreed to check it out, and Nick did truly enjoy it. I haven't seen enough to not like it at this point. I'm only 2 in, so I'm going to continue through it so we can break it down.
Spoiler free right now. I will give my reasoning in the deep dive for the things that I've said.
The things that are holding you back. Yeah. And that's fair. I think it would be too spoilery right now. Let's save it for the full review where all of us have seen it. We're all committing to doing that, guys. So we will catch you guys sometime next week and give a full breakdown of our feelings on it. But that being said, guys, this has been Nerdentials Podcast episode 92. So thank you for watching. If you like what you heard, or like what you've seen, or didn't know there was 2 options, guys, you can listen to us in podcast form across all platforms where podcasts are heard. And if you want to watch our commentary mixed in with some trailers and some video footage of gameplay while we talk, you can catch those episodes at Nerdentials on YouTube. Go look us up. We have tons of other content. We've got reviews, movie trailer reactions. We have Let's Plays, walkthroughs, lots of game content, and a lot of pop culture conversation. We are 92 episodes strong this week, guys, in our podcast, and one step closer to episode 100, as Lynn mentioned at the beginning of Movie Matters. So, that being said, there's also one cool site you can go to where you can follow us across all social media. You can hop into a Discord chat with us. All those links are down below in every video, but there's one place where you can find all of that good stuff, and it is a website called Nerdentialsmedia.com. That's right, folks. Nerdentialsmedia.com. If you like what you saw and you want to see a lot more of the stuff we put out there, go there and check it out. But guys, this has been your Nerdy Essentials this week. For myself, Nick, and Lynn, we'll see you on the other side. That was such an intentional... That was you being tired, Lynn.